Is it normal in the oil and gas, because I've never worked in it, that the IT is not part of the overall strategy and building of the company? Because in the entertainment industry, like IT is a very part of that, and it helps drive it, and they're involved through all the process. But I'm kind of getting the impression that possibly IT is always on the side. They're not really connected with the overall senior leadership team that's doing that. And if that's the case, that's something I think that totally has got to change in the oil and gas or any industry, because if the IT is not involved in the business and the future and the strategy, with all the technology that's only going to improve more and more, that's the biggest mistake any company can make, no matter what you're in.
But I wonder if we're one generation away. So when I look at the leaders in all of the oil and gas companies I've ever worked at, or you know that you invest in and you understand the leadership, they came up through the ranks before there was IT. Yeah. And so to me, I think we're probably one generation before. When you look at the juniors you're bringing on now, the students that you're starting to mentor now, my guess is because 1,000 of these come to work every day at my organization, whether I pay for them or not, and this is how they do more of their business than I understand every day. But I wonder if that next generation, IT won't be at the table, but right now in oil and gas, I think for them, they're toys. It's just a different gig. They understand the SCADA side, but why would you want to go much past that, right? So I honestly think there'll be a time where maybe it's a more perceived value and you may get at the table.
Gee, when I joined in 2008, like Enerflex, we did have a massive, I'll say, blend of systems through merger and acquisition. They've just been acquired, so it's not necessarily practices. They just come with, if you will. So you do have to deal with those realities. But one of the key things for me around the one bad decision at a time was establishing an IT steering committee, which I know sounds very basic, but the CEO chairs it. And that way we've essentially, I think, avoided between 2008 and now a lot of otherwise what could have been very costly decisions.
I mean, and we've got essentially our CFO and COO equivalent at the IT steering committee, and it's a monthly meeting, and they really do set decisions on, what's the value out of this. So I think the awareness is there. But like we talked about what's it going to take for maybe the next generation of executive leadership in oil and gas companies will sort of get it, that IT is a differentiator, or at least an enabler. But I think it'll be asymmetric. So, our company's kind of getting there, and other ones, if you have the right person at the executive team or the CEO position, you can get there. But it's I'd say atypical right now that awareness is there. But it is coming, but it's one company at a time, I think.